Go for it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Joe Code Podcast. This is your host, Joe Marisi. Great to be back today here at the studio. One of the final episodes here at the studio as they are moving to a fantastic new building. Maybe it's not new, but older building, Aaron?
It's new.
Is it an upgrade?
It is an upgrade for sure.
Okay, good. Yeah, you guys heard all about my birthday party. I was talking about it. Yeah, it went great. Turned 40. Aaron was there. Great to see you there, Aaron.
I came out.
Yeah, you made it. It was fun. For a while, it was just dudes, which, can happen. A lot of my friends didn't bring their significant others. I think that's a thing that happens when you're single is, your friends that are in relationships, I think the women are like, well, I'm not tapped into that other side. I don't have the female to reach out to them. They're like, oh, we're going to go for her. I didn't want to even say a name there, but.
Well, if I'd brought my wife, I would have had to leave a lot earlier, so.
Oh, yeah, I guess there's that. Yeah, because a lot of guys did stay late, so maybe that was the move. And I did do 2 Jaeger shots. I did back to back.
I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, you saw it?
I witnessed it, yeah.
Thanks. Yes, I did one with Strider, and then I believe one with the bartenders. The bartenders were trying to get me to do Malort, which is that Chicago bullshit that tastes like everyone tasted it, and we all agreed that. I think you put that in snow blowers. I think my dad has that in the garage for when it snows to start up the snow blower. It's brutal. Everyone was sipping it. I couldn't do a shot of it. These guys, Jason and Jason over there at the Naughty Pig, they're like in their late 40s and they're just shooting it. I'm like, guys, I'm not doing that. I took like a sip. I'm like, I'll do the Jaeger. So that was cool. It was a great time. Shout outs real quick before we bring out my great guests that we're going to have today. Just wanted to say thanks to the people that brought stuff. Like my friend Julie brought a cake out. My friend Lucy got me a cool Offspring t-shirt that I was going to wear today, but I do have to go straight to work after this. So, Lucy, I will be wearing that shirt on a coming episode, as well as my buddy Brandon, who always does the timestamps for us. He got me a nice Abercrombie and Fitch shirt, throwing it all the way back.
Wow.
And my friend Mike Black, who got me a little like a chili sauce, as well as a Ghostbusters collectible, which was Slimer with like 8 hot dogs in his mouth. Really cool little toy. And then, of course, my friend Steven, who brought me a slice of pizza at the end of the night that I didn't even remember eating. So that was delicious. All right, awesome. All right, this guy today, I don't know him all that well. I famously delayed our friendship. I'll explain more about that when he comes out. I believe he's from the Denver area. No real idea how old he is or how long he's been doing comedy. I'm just kind of wrapped up in my own world. But he's really a great guy, and really the reason he's on the podcast, he's got this passion that I am drawn to. He cares about working at the Comedy Store, and I really do appreciate that, and he's just a great person to have around, and he's made his way onto the podcast. And I've watched you on stage. He's a great comedian. So let's get him out here right now. He's been sitting in the chair waiting. Everyone, welcome to the podcast, Eric Rocha. Eric, welcome.
Thank you, buddy.
You are from the Denver area. Did I say that in the intro?
You did.
Okay, is that right?
Northeastern Colorado. So it's like...
Yeah, I looked it up on Facebook. It's a weird name or something.
It's Brush.
Yeah. Is that near Combe?
No, it's like near Sterling and like in between Sterling and Greeley.
That was a hair utensil joke. I don't know if you caught it. Did you? Hey, where are you working security at tonight? What's up with the...
This is my other job attire. I just usually throw a suit jacket on.
You ever get another job? I don't. I just have one. That's all I need. I do... Hey, man, I do appreciate your passion and your wanting to be, get things done. But, as I've learned... The worst mistake you can make at a job is caring. Would you agree? You know what I mean by that?
No.
Because when you care, people know that they could count on you and they keep asking you to do more and more shit. And then you become one of those people who does most of the work while other people don't give a shit, so they get away with not doing things. For example, I'm fixing lights now at the Comedy Store. I didn't know I was a fucking electrician. Okay, but apparently if a light is faced the wrong way, I'm supposed to fix it. You believe that shit? So, I mean, that's just what goes on there. It's like, hey, do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I agree and I disagree. What I like about you and like in training with people is like I work in healthcare administration, so it's like you have to, if you've ever done CPR or any of that shit on somebody, you have to make quick decisions and they have to be assertive decisions. You're a lot more assertive than I think you give yourself credit for in what you just said.
No, I know I'm assertive, but I've only done CPR on dummies.
If you don't want to fix a light, then you won't fix a light. So there's such a thing as pride in your work, but I can almost guarantee that you're not fixing that light because, oh, damn it, they've roped me into another thing. You're fixing it because it's a sense of pride where it's like, okay, that looks fucked up. If nobody fixes that, it's not going to work right.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, so but
it's not my job.
No.
It's not my job.
No,
that's the bottom line.
But you have a pride in what we do.
Also, I'm not afraid of going up a ladder like a lot of people we work with. It's unbelievable.
I don't think they'll let me up that ladder.
Yeah, there is a weight limit.
Yes.
So
that's the other.
Maybe work on that. How many pancakes do you eat a day?
In a day?
Yeah.
I'm not a big pancake guy.
Sorry, that was just a fat joke.
I know.
No, you're doing good. You're okay. Here, I wanted to say this. So so Facebook, here's the thing. When I met you, I don't know, I've seen you around. I didn't know that I actually knew you before you started working at the store. But on Facebook, you could you send people friend requests. I have a lot of them sitting in the queue that I was looking back on, and like probably a few days after you were hired, I just so happened to look at my friend requests, and then I see you pop up in that line of people there.
Pretty far at the bottom, I assume.
Well, next to your name, requested, whatever, there was a 4 and then a Y. Y stands for year. So you had sent me, I had it, and then I accepted it. I don't know if you got the notification, but
thank you.
So you had to wait 4 years for me to accept your friend request, and I'm really sorry about that. But I don't know. I was getting sick of these random comics. Like, sometimes you'd accept friend requests from comics you don't know, and then they'll, like, share some dumb show on your page, or they'll be like, thanks for this, thanks for the ad, and then just tag you in a show you're not on. And so I just was, like, weary of people I didn't know. So don't take it personal, man.
No, I wasn't offended. I had heard about you through Brendan Cooney.
Oh, thanks.
And then
Brendan's cool.
Yeah, I had caught some of you 4 years ago, and I was like, oh, he's funny.
Oh, thanks.
So I didn't really make that clear. So it's not something that I held you or I held against you.
Wait, did you work at the Improv?
No.
All right. Sorry, I'm mixing you up with somebody else. How old are you?
I
can't tell.
Good. I'm 38.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so you're up near me, and you're Mexican, or?
That's it. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, nice.
You're Italian, and what else? Is it just Italian?
That's it, as far as I've been told. But who knows what's in the blood, or the the ancestry. I mean, there's probably some Greek and whatever mixed in, but who knows? But as far as like my great grandparents, they're all from Italy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What part of Italy?
Southern. Ooh. They reach from different regions like Bari, Calabria, Naples, Sicily. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What, do you got a problem with that, man? Question that. Eric, you were not at my birthday party. What the fuck's up with that?
What is up with that?
Yeah, where were you?
I'm not on the group chat.
Oh, isn't that too bad?
I'm
get an iPhone. Everyone's trying to prove a point with these other phones. Just as the kids say, tap in. Eric, you got to tap in.
I don't know if I want to be in the group chat now.
Do you know about the tapping in? That's a thing they're saying on social media.
I don't.
You're supposed to tap in and show a photo of you when you were 21. That's like a trend on.
Yeah.
It's just so I can't believe everything.
I don't trust any of that shit. Remember when everybody was taking pictures of what you would look like older as a woman?
Yeah, I don't like that.
And then at 20, and then they found out that like that data was going to all kinds of different people.
Yeah, but when you're 21, I mean that already happened though, so that's in the past.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't like trends like that.
I don't know why I'm holding it like I'm reading a fucking novel. And I'm going to stop saying the F word. I usually say it like once or twice in a podcast. But yeah, why don't you want to be on our group chat? You need to be knowing what happens. You need to be getting covers.
I should. I definitely should. I don't know. It sounds like there's some drama on there too.
Yeah, well, there is. That's life.
Yeah, I'm not I don't know. I think if somebody really needs like a cover, they can look at the schedule, and then what they'll typically do is they'll message me on Instagram, or they'll find my number, and I like that.
All right. Now, today is actually Groundhog Day. I don't know if you knew that. It's Friday, February 2nd. You would make a good groundhog in a play, I feel like. I think you and Aaron could both play the groundhog. I mean, no offense. I look like an animal. People used to say I look like a baby tiger, so I could play whatever that would be. I don't know. What is it?
I feel like I'm adding nothing to this conversation.
No, you're fine. But you don't have to add anything.
I feel bonded with Aaron right now.
I'll carry the load. Well, I'm just, it's Groundhog Day. I just want to get into the theme.
Did he see his shadow?
I don't know. It's not a real thing. I don't know. What did they say on the Today Show or whatever the heck they do that on? I
don't know. You brought it up, so I thought that might be something.
No, I didn't look into it. I know a date. I'm aware of the calendar.
I'm still trying to figure out why I don't like pancakes.
No, why don't you? Wait, what do you mean I'm trying to figure out?
Well, no, I'm going back from question because we'll scratch the surface of a question. And then
that was just a fat joke. Because I know that you like to eat. Yeah, I didn't know that you like pancake. Why? What are your favorite foods?
I like Italian. Like I said, that's what also drew me to the podcast was
What?
that really awesome discussion you had with it was Mexican versus Italian.
Oh, right. That was a heated debate.
Do you remember? Because I even
Heated
came
battle.
up to you
Yeah.
and I was like, that was actually very. I can't remember where I was driving from. But I was captivated in this. And
pull
I was
over to
like,
the side of the road. Yeah.
I was like, son of a bitch. These are really good points.
Do you remember who won?
Well, what it was the breakfast burrito.
Yeah,
that
Mexican
really kind
won.
of.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Yeah, I remember this.
That was my argument.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
was that
Italian
yours?
food. There's not really. I mean, maybe people in Italy could make an argument, but there's not really Italian breakfast that I'm accustomed to.
If you
Like you could eat cannolis and other Italian pastries for breakfast, but I don't know.
If you listen to that podcast again, it really did sound like Italian food was going to come away with the win.
Yeah, it was close
from my perspective. And then Aaron, you hit people with that breakfast burrito versatility, right? Mm-hmm. That was the exact phrasing. It was just like there's a lot of versatility in a burrito, and I have to say that statement I think really, that hit a triple
that's what
for
put it
Mexican
over the
food.
Yeah, that was like the extra inning game-winning hit.
Both foods are fucking great though. That's why it was such why it was such honestly a captivating listen, because I love to cook.
Oh, good. That's cool.
I love to cook,
Yeah,
and the one thing is it's cooking Italian.
Oh yeah, you make a nice. Can you make some good sauce?
And that's the thing of those, because I'm Mexican. I know how to cook Mexican. It took years to learn like good Mexican recipes, like to do it right.
Good.
So with Italian though, I think Italian is harder to cook and get it right, because there's other people that are like, oh, it's sauce and fucking noodles, who gives a shit? But no, if you're making your own noodles or you're making your own sauce, there's actually more time dedicated to it than I think people really do try.
Yeah.
Or talk about.
No, that's all. Yeah, I got to start cooking. That's what people say, but I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm glad that you tune into the podcast. Yeah, this is the podcast of food, beer, and men, if you've heard. You're into all those things, right? And men, you're a gay man.
I'm a gay man.
How's dating going? Also, by the way, thanks a lot. More ladies for me and Aaron.
There you go. Well, isn't Aaron married?
Yeah, he is. Okay. But just theoretical.
Or do you have a guma, as they call it among Joe's people?
But yeah, what's dating going like? Are you dating?
No.
Or just like going out?
I don't have time anymore.
Yeah, I don't date really.
Comedy store is your only job?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, like what do you do? What's your day like? Your typical day?
I'll get up. I've been trying to get up earlier. For a while, I was getting up at like 1 or 2 p.m.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up at like 11 or 12 now, and then I'll eat breakfast. I'll go work out. Then if I have time, I'll try to, I'll do a little shopping or do some laundry, like whatever little errand I have to do, and then just go to work and hopefully get some comedy in, get a set in at the store. It's pretty much it. And then I'll come home and then I'll clean, I'll do the dishes. Yeah, I fixed a light last night. I've been putting a lot of stuff together. Just put a bed frame together in my, at the head of my bed.
Yeah. That's so, like, for me, I go to work at the nursing home. I have a morning meeting that I do like at 9:30, so I'll do that, and then I try.
So you got to get up early.
Oh yeah.
Is that a Monday through Friday gig?
I change it to a Tuesday through Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the whole reason why was I was able to change my schedule so that I could do potluck on Mondays without
good job.
any issues. I did that years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Here, I mentioned my headboard, and now I'm going to get into one of my segments, which is This Sucks. I don't know if you've heard of it. But for This Sucks for this week, and I'm still on the headboard thing. This is gonna be the last time it's mentioned. But now I got 2 headboards, which sucks. I don't need 2 headboards, okay? I only need one. Should I put one at my feet and create a feet board as well? No, I returned it, Amazon, you dumbasses. I've been coming after Amazon the last few weeks, and yeah, I am gonna do it one last time. Because the one headboard that was reported lost just randomly showed up. I wasn't emailed any shipping information or anything like that. It just showed up one day, and then 2 days later, the replacement one that I had already talked to the company about, that showed up as well. So then I had to go to the UPS store to return that one, and I told them what happened. They're like, yeah, that sounds about right for Amazon. So guess what, Amazon? The word's getting out. You guys better fucking shape up. Because apparently you guys are sending a lot of duplicates out there. So get it together. Baldy. That's me going after Bezos. I could say that because I don't have hair either. All right, so you were saying you like Italian food. What do you drink? I always see you drink Coors Light. What's up with that? You don't like good beers?
No, that's kind of what we have available in terms of like, well, if I'm just kind of relaxing, I know I gotta drive.
Yeah,
I'm just like, shit.
I hate our beer selection.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of our beer selection either, but. Like I said, it's something that's light, and if I get pulled over and I've had 3 Coors Lights, I know that I'm fine. Where I'm like,
it doesn't do much.
The beers that like we talk about liking, like if you were to have 2 of those, I would be nervous and be like, oh shit, like I probably shouldn't have had 3 of and you can just drink more of those. Like that's. Like, the beers that we talk about liking are the kinds of beers that, like, I have the day off and I just want to spend a day in the pub and, like you used to wake up at 1 o'clock and watch some games and just be like, all right. Like, I lived in New York, and so I lived in Queens.
Yeah, Queens.
Yeah, so I would walk over to the pub, and there was like a pizzeria across the street.
Yeah.
And they would come over with a fresh fucking pie, and they would set it down there for all of us.
Did they sell the slices, or?
Yeah, they had slices, but for us, they would just bring a whole pizza.
Why?
And they would lay it down with an empty pitcher, and they would just walk behind the bar and pour a pitcher for themselves. And then they would just walk over.
So they would take beer and pizza exchange.
Yep,
I like that.
All the time. And so you would just get hammered sometimes watching sports all day. And it was just like, you'd look and it'd be like 8 o'clock and you were already hammered, like ready for bed. It was done.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Well, yeah, those Belgian beer, like I like, those are like 8-9%, and they don't taste heavy. That's the thing about them.
They're so
good.
They're
strong ales, but like they don't. It's not heavy going down. So
that was our first bond. I feel, aside from you apologizing to me, because we were kind of there, and you were like, Eric. And you were kind of looking. I was like, I didn't know if it was you that called my name. Because you were just kind of looking at something.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, so I got to apologize to you because it's been 4 years since I responded.
Oh.
And you go, I just didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
And you said it to me like I had came up to you and been like, why won't you be my friend? And I was just like, I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't like checking every day, like, why isn't this guy my fucking friend?
Yeah, I'm sure it escaped your mind, but because usually if it was that far gone, I would just leave it. So I'm like, he must have got the notification that I accepted it. So
I was shocked that it was so long. I think I might have told Brendan Cooney this story.
Yeah.
And he was probably just like, hey, yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he liked that, was into that. So we do a few things here. Oh, wait. First, I want to make an announcement here about the Door Guy show at the Comedy Store, which is now, it was, people remember I would say it's every Friday at the Comedy Store. It is now every other Friday at the Comedy Store. We've moved it to every other Friday because of, I don't know. I guess we're trying to drum up more hype, maybe get ticket sales a little bit higher, but the Door Guy show every other Friday in the Belly Room. Just check the calendar on the website and come on out. 10:30 p.m. in the Belly Room every other Friday. Check thecomedystore.com for which dates the show is happening. And
go to that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this on my birthday. So Steven, who works at the store, he brought me a slice of pizza to the bar like at the end of the night that I sloppily was eating, which I posted on my Instagram. And then I ordered Uber Eats Taco Bell when I got home, and I fell asleep. So I've done this before. I did this once with McDonald's a few years ago. I fell asleep. The food was outside. I still ate it. Whatever. And this time, you know, I have a gated entryway, so the guy couldn't get in. And I woke up a few hours later. I'm like, oh shit! I ordered the food. I bet the guy already delivered it, and I was like, For some reason in my mind, I'm like, I woke up. I was a little hungry. It was probably 6 a.m. at this point. I probably passed out like around 3, and I'm like, I got this feeling the food could be down there. I'm like, maybe it's down there. Maybe he left it. And it was there. I saw the bag of Taco Bell on the ground, sealed up still. They have that little seal on the bag. Yeah, he put it inside the gate because it's like rails, like those metal rails, so you could slip it in. So he put it behind, and it was there. And I mean, I didn't eat all of it. I took bites of each item that I had. But I mean, it's Taco Bell, so if anything, sitting out there in nature could only help it. Because it is, it's already bad for you, so what...
Give time for the cheese to actually melt.
Yeah, it's sitting on the ground. It's getting, earth, getting energized by the earth. I don't know, but yeah, steak quesadilla, had it. Cheesy Gordita Crunch, had some of that. Chalupa Supreme, had some of that. And the spicy potato soft taco with steak. Ate pretty much all that. Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I bet you haven't.
See, are
you a Taco Bell guy?
I am, like, if I'm buzzed and I need just something to eat, I'll usually do like a steak soft taco or like a chicken soft taco.
Well, have you seen the spicy potato soft taco? You know what I'm talking about?
What's spicy about it? Is it the sauce that makes it spicy?
Yeah, there's a spicy little sauce on it.
I can't stand their sauces.
Why?
Aside from their like red sauce, their
fire sauce is one of the best sauces ever created.
I fire sauce I can do. I'm just not a big fan of like orangey,
what about like a creamy chipotle?
No.
Okay, you got to try the spicy potato soft taco. The sauce you can't resist.
But they slather it on there.
Well, and
that's disgusting.
And then you could add steak. I created this. I started a trend. You could add steak to that. Steak and potatoes. Kind of like a California burrito, which is steak and French fries. So.
Is it slathered on there?
You can say no sauce.
Well, I'm not. But you just said that the sauce.
They don't have to put it on. I mean, to me, it's delicious.
I know, but what I'm saying is a little goes a long way too.
You can just have the potatoes, the cheese, and the lettuce,
I feel
and
like
then put on whatever sauce you want.
I feel like we're arguing, but two different conversations are happening.
And then I would get, I would add guac.
Okay. But again, though,
You could replace that sauce with sour cream as well if you want.
No, but then, like I said, I want the sauce.
Aaron, you believe this fucking guy?
I want the sauce. I don't want it slathered on there because that's too many flavors. Like I said, I like tasting things, but like with flavors. It's if you have that tangy chipotle sauce, I'm wondering what the fuck is in the sauce. And if there's a lot of it, then it drowns out the flavor of the other things. You shouldn't have more than like 4 tastes going on at one time.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is going over my head with whatever you're saying. But yeah, I understand what you're saying to an extent.
I would love to try the sauce. I would. I'll eat the sauce, but I'm just saying, like it's like a salad that they just fucking throw all kinds of whatever the dressing is in it.
Yeah, salads, when a salad has too much dressing, that bothers me a lot. Yeah, I did it to myself the other day. I put too much and it just gets soggy. You gotta watch it.
What kind of dressing?
Italian. The thing with Italian dressing, if you put too much, I mean, I don't know what about it. It's like Niagara Falls. It's just I don't know what's so about it. I don't know what's so about it that makes it like soaking wet. I don't know. Well, because I think you don't think it's because it's thick. It's kind of thick, but it's also very runny. Like it's got that oil in it.
I think that and maybe a raspberry vinaigrette.
Yeah.
Those are the best dressings. Again, it goes back to your guys' argument about, I think that's a podcast for the ages.
What?
Italian food versus Mexican food.
Okay.
Because I've made chicken that I have put in Mexican food, but I actually cooked it in Italian dressing. Just because I wanted the flavor.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I used to put, like chicken breast, I would just squirt Italian dressing on it. It's great. It's a great marinade. Yeah.
There's a lot of versatility in Italian dressing.
You know what I've been doing? I always mix when I get salads, I always get 2 dressings. Like I'll mix ranch and Italian, and
really?
I also mix ranch and barbecue sauce as a dressing. You're welcome.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I mean, why?
Why what?
Italian or ranch and barbecue?
Yeah.
That's too much flavor, Joe.
Huh? Welcome to Flavor Town, as Guy Fieri would say. I don't know why you're afraid of it. I'm not. Here, let's do a joke code for this week. Joke code for this week is... if you have blinds at home over your windows, clean those blinds. I cleaned mine the other day. They were just disgusting. Clean the blinds. Happened to break 2 of them in the process. Cheap-ass blinds over at the apartment there. Apparently cheap as shit. Couldn't even withstand me cleaning them with my hand and a paper towel and some... cleaning spray. But yeah, those were filthy. You should clean your blinds, people. That's a nice joke code for this week. They get really dusty and dirty, so it's nice to have fresh blinds. So
what do you clean them with?
Just like an all-purpose cleaner. I squirted on them and just wiped them down, and then cracked them a little bit as they came, whatever. So here on this show, Eric, we get emails, we have comments, we have brackets. I think at this time we've kind of been skipping out on the YouTube comments.
Uh-oh.
Aaron, I think we're gonna. Okay. You want to do those?
Sure.
If you could remember where we left, because I know.
I was.
Because there's been a few episodes, I think I've neglected them because we've had guests and, we'll do emails and we'll do brackets, and I just don't leave time for that. But we like to hear from the fans. And Eric, if you think they're like, oh, what kind of shit do they say about Joe? They don't. They're afraid to say bad stuff about me. They wouldn't dare.
They like you too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Eric. You know what you look like? You look like a home plate umpire right now. And they wear the jacket.
A little bit, yeah.
Joe West over here.
What do I, Joe?
Aaron, also, you see how I got like this shirt is it's like a pitcher shirt.
Yeah, sure.
You can do softball with this.
Yeah, I'd love you to.
Do you
join
play?
us.
Do you play softball?
I used to. Aaron plays year round.
Hell yeah, Aaron.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I bet you're really good.
Thank you.
Joe is. He is very good.
All right, let's. We're gonna do the comments now.
All right, we got designed by Julian. Did a meat smoke off bracket, but I assume we'll get to that later.
Oh yeah, okay, that's in the comments. A meat. Is that similar to something we already did, or he's got different meats?
It's kind of similar, but it's different.
All right, maybe we'll get into that.
Yeah. But if we want to get through some comments,
Yeah, let's get through some other comments.
we got
That's a good.
Yeah, we
Eddie C818 says, Aaron, I took that geology class as well. 1 hour classes, 3 times a week, with a 3-hour lab. Don't remember a thing about it, but it was easier than that taking a real science class. That took me back, LOL.
Yeah, we talked about geology classes. You know, rocks.
Oh.
Yeah, pointless. And we were frustrated about it.
Mm-hmm. SkyGod 2000 says, I think I need to buy one of those iconic green John Deere hats.
Yeah, those are cool. John Deere won the manliest brands bracket.
I can see that. That's a where I
great
come from,
company.
that's huge. A John Deere hat.
Yeah, they do a lot.
Those are great products.
And then Brandon Tyler does his thing.
Thank you, Brandon. Great to see you, Brandon. And Brandon was in town a few days ago. Me, him, and my friend Renee, we all went out to Norm's after a night of work at the Comedy Store. And he was trying to buy my meal. I bought his meal.
Nice.
He's like, he was trying to be that guy. I'm like, no, I'm buying your meal. Nice try, Brandon.
Jack8732 says, Joe and Aaron, wood fire pizza or Chicago bar pizza? Hit that like button, folks.
That's a good one. I mean, Chicago bar pizza for me is what I like. A tavern style pizza, Chicago, if it's done right. Like I think like Edison Park Inn near where I'm from. I love that frickin' pizza. Like a wood fired is good, but I'll go Chicago bar pizza all day.
A wood fire can get too charred, I think.
Yeah.
But if the guy's on it and he's not charring it too bad, then it's pretty good.
Now, what are you thinking, Eric? Do you know what we're talking about here?
Yeah, I gotta go with the wood fire just because they can get hotter. Typically, when you cook pizza, you want it cooked at a higher temperature. So the faster the cook, oddly enough, the better it tastes. That's like that Grimaldi's stuff but that's an East Coast, like New York.
So the faster, the better. Those Comedy Store pizzas cook in about 5 minutes. How good are those? Offense.
Oh shit!
All right, next comment.
And then a guy named Cool Cat's Corner comments, I've only had one of these, and I'm glad to say no pieces of wood have ever ended up in my wood-fired pies. I've got an article printed out with all the best Chicago pizza spots, ready to pull off the wall and bring to the Windy City. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
go to those spots, I guess.
Yeah, and then he comments again separately and says, Joe, you should try to have your dad on as a guest for a full episode.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. If he makes the trip out here, he's talking about coming out here sometime in this summer. So yeah, if he makes that trip, yeah, that'll happen. Were you gonna say something?
No, I'm fascinated by what. Yeah, what does your dad do?
I don't. Well, it's not about that. He's an entertaining guy. He works. He actually works at my high school now, but he had a career before. Don't make fun of him, man. I used to work for the company that he worked at, and again, as I was talking about, you know, you don't want to care at a job. My first 2 years in LA, I was working at this job and doing comedy, and I was like caring about that more than those people who it's their career, and I'm like, all right, that's enough.
That's a great point. I think to anybody doing comedy, because there's points where I'm like, what the? I don't mean to cuss as much either, but what the fuck are you doing at a job that I don't even give a shit about sometimes?
Yeah, yeah.
Where you're like, this is your career. You make more than I do.
Yeah. And
you're fucking awful at this.
That's why having a day job and being a comedian is tough. That's why working in the comedy store to me is like nothing. It's like it's a breeze, and it's also great because I'm there and it's comedy related. So to me, it's not a job. It's just fun, mostly.
And it is great, and I do want to say it's because of that. Like, there is a pride there that I think many of us have. Sorry, I don't know why I got so.
No, it's okay. We're gonna keep going with the comments though.
Okay, Brandon Tyler does his thing to the Jackson Banks episode.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you, buddy. And then we got a big back and forth here between Sky God and Chike Tyson, who I think is newish to the comments.
I mean, what's with everybody with these back and forth?
Yeah. Well, he's commenting on, I guess it's Adam and Adam's bracket, which we finished last week, where there were 10 seeds.
Oh, yeah, the things to do with your bros bracket, which barbecuing and beers won.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Building anything? That's usually fun. Building anything?
No, we didn't talk. That didn't make the tournament. That could be a good one, yeah. Building something together. That's a good one. What? Okay, so what's that back and forth like?
Well, he says, Sky God says, crikey, Adam, 10 seeds in each conference, 4, 8, 16 from now on. Those are the friggin' fundamentals of brackets. And Adam responds, sorry about that. Don't know what came over me. Got too excited and didn't think about the consequences. And Sky God says, we all get too excited sometimes. Water shooting emoji. 10 can work if there's 2 wildcard matchups, now that I think about it. Adam says, legend. I was wondering how the hell I was going to fix this issue. Barely understand brackets, to be honest. Thanks. And then he posted the brackets that we ended up doing. And then Sky God says the wildcard matchups would be implemented in round 1. I think regarding round 2, it's best if Joe and Aaron give the highest seed a bye to the next round, which is what we did.
Yeah.
This is what round 1 matchup should look like, and he listed them out, and we did all that. So
all right, so they ironed it out there.
Yeah, it was friendly.
Yeah, good for them. Good work, guys. Thanks for neglecting your own lives and figuring that out for me.
And then Adam says on the next separate comment on the same episode, seems that I like to do romantic things with my bros. Maybe that happened.
Oh yeah, because a lot of
his stuff.
Some of the
like,
things we were saying were like you do with your significant other and not your bros.
Yeah. And then someone named Goosh31 comments on the 100th episode. Goosh. Very late. But he says, Joe Code.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah. Our buddy Having the Crack says on the Premier Appetizers episode, Daily Edition was set in Chicago as well. Great show in the 90s.
Daily Edition?
Yeah, that's what your Kyle Chandler, that's what his first big break was before he became the coach on Friday Night Lights.
Oh,
he would get a newspaper the day before, and it would tell him the future of tomorrow or whatever, and he could solve, crime of some sort.
Okay, I think I remember that.
Yeah. It was on CBS or something. Let's see. Kempton Snyder says on the Jonathan Banks episode, yikes on a lot of those upsets in the brackets, bros. Let's get back to the fundamentals.
So, I mean, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Goosh says on the Strider episode, happy birthday, Joe.
What do you say? This guy was coughing.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. This is on last week's episode. So, History is Dank podcast commented, let's go. Had a blast on this app. Happy birthday to the Hog Lord himself.
Thank you, Strider. Yeah, it was a great time. And
then Sky God 2000 comments on that. Strider Chilson, Dank as always.
Yep.
And then Sky God 2000 says, definitely wasn't serious with the whole circumcision thing. Still a very tough decision, even though I love my cut dong. So he asked you if he should circumcise his child.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, you guys make the decision. I know you wanted some feedback, but yeah, please don't take anyone's word for it. You guys decide, you and your wife.
It's a tough one. I'm glad I didn't have to decide when I had a daughter.
Yeah.
Jonathan Harwood says on the Strider episode, the Mayor of Matrimony and the Doctor of Dongonometry are at it again.
Yep.
These guys need to do a regular podcast together. This is straight fire.
Nice. Yeah, I got my PhD in dongonometry.
That could go many ways.
Yep.
Jack says, freaking what up, dude? Happy belated birthday, Joe.
Thanks.
Jake Kimball, 95, asks, does anyone know how old Joe is turning? It seems pretty well said. So
is that sarcasm?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think I said I was 40 a lot, but I mean, it's kind of a big milestone.
Yeah,
it's a big one, yeah.
Patrick Gregory says, fire up, bro, which he says on every episode.
Yeah, I like that.
Jonathan Specia, I'm going to say, says, I was wondering if that Peroni comes in a curved bottle, or is that more flac, F-A-L-C-C, more flaccid. Ha ha. Peroni come in a curved bottle, or is it more flaccid? I don't.
Peroni's, I think it's slightly curved.
I don't know.
Right? I don't know.
Are the bottle or
I don't know. Or is that a dong joke? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna thumbs down it just for fun. Blake G says the $40 cash for a birthday gift, and he laughing emojis.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, Strider gave me $40 cash.
Oh, nice.
T. Allen, not to be confused with our friend Tom.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Dudes, it's been a great week of pods. We got Strider and Joe and Strider on Joe Code. We got the Big Hog himself on Going Deep, and we got Harmony, the legend on History is Dank. Can't wait to dive in.
Yeah,
that is true. All those things happened.
It's a fun week of pods.
And then Brandon Tyler does his thing, and we are caught up on comments.
All right, thank you, Brandon.
Meat bracket thing,
and thank you everyone else. Great stuff there. You like those comments, Eric?
That was You got some devoted fans.
Yeah, it's fun. Now we do. As I was saying, we do have the different brackets. Here, let me look at my notes here. More ladies for me and Aaron. I already said that. Sorry. Yeah, we did. We talked about Groundhog Day. I did the pancakes bit.
Is that in there?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Just
it was a question. How many pancakes do you eat a day? Yeah, I just wrote. Yeah, I'm not going to remember all this stuff. I have to write it.
I was just curious, what was the frame of mind when you were like, what should I talk about with Eric?
Yeah.
Should I make a fat joke?
Yes. I don't know, man. Get over it. Okay, so as Aaron mentioned in the comments, there was that. What's the name of that bracket?
It is the 2024 Meat Smoke-Off.
Meat Smoke. So there's that meat, and then there's another like I'll let you pick. I let my guests pick. There's a couple options for brackets. The other one is like I believe like an actor and like athletes bracket. And then there's another one that is It's called the Things You Ride or Drive bracket, which involves like horseback, jet skis, riding lawnmowers, forklifts. Or do you want to do that meat smoke-off one?
I'd have to be more prepped for the meats. What's the actors one?
It is. Let me go back to that one. It's it's different.
Because I left a place where they were smoking lamb, and I was like, all I can think of is lamb and brisket when I think of smoked.
You have to be more I mean, this isn't like you know, you don't have to go crazy.
Lamb shoulder is on there.
Wow. All right. So with the men bracket, it's like there's different groupings. You got it's actors, athletes, public figures, and then miscellaneous.
I like actors.
Well, we would have to do the whole thing. Like there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 matchups.
Okay.
So do you want to do this one?
Yeah, I'm better with actors. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to go home and study the meat.
It's okay.
I mean, I feel like you as a cook, I feel like that would be fun to do. But okay. Aaron, I'm curious. What are the matchups in that?
I have to find it. Hang on.
Sorry.
What do you know when that's from?
No, I mean the in that smoke off one.
Let's see.
So the fans can hear what the matchups are. So later on we could do that one.
Hang on, just lost it.
And also, do you know what date that's from?
It's 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so not bad.
Not too far. The matchups are number 1 pork ribs versus number 16 smoked fish. Then we got 8 lamb shoulder versus 9 pork tenderloin.
Okay.
4 smoked prime rib versus 13 pulled pork. 3 beef brisket versus 14 smoked pastrami. 5 smoked chicken wings versus 12 smoked turkey legs. 2 beef ribs versus 15 smoked duck. 7 smoked tomahawk steak versus number 10 smoked chuck roast.
Wow.
And 6 smoked bacon versus 11 smoked sausage.
Okay, actually, I do have to do some homework on that because a lot of those I haven't had.
Beef ribs and the smoked duck is definitely the battle to watch on that one.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. That'll be prime time Sunday night. All right, so we'll do this other one then. Yeah, men bracket 2.0. This comes to us from Ross, who is the Tuggles Timber. That is his company. Ross, shout out. I'll read the email leading up to the bracket. Aaron, it comes.
I got it.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Hey, Joe and Aaron. I was just able to get a new phone after breaking my phone in rage while listening and finding out that woodworking lost in the manly bracket far too early a few months back. Okay, well.
We apologized in the moment.
Yeah. I'm getting caught up on pods, and I am at 125. I apologize. Hopefully you're caught up by now, Ross. This email is from over a month ago, December 27th. So I thought I could help with a men bracket if you're in need of one, since the previous men bracket was just a best actors bracket for the most part. The following men haven't made the tourney due to being manly, and this is not a manly bracket. It's strictly a men bracket. Try to view this as 4 mini brackets with the winner advancing to face the winner of the next bracket. Okay. I'm hoping to get caught up on pods in the next few weeks. So if you get to this before I'm caught up, I likely won't get to update it for y'all. Okay, Ross, so hopefully you're updated by now. All right, so Aaron will now read the matchups, and we'll decide the winners best of 7.
Okay,
awesome. By the way, he makes the notebooks?
No, he doesn't make the notebooks,
well,
man. I put a sticker on here.
Okay, there you go.
This is from some bullshit store, the notebook.
Okay.
All right, we got Group A, the actors.
He does woodworking. Okay. Yeah.
Group A, the actors. Number 1 is Matt Damon, champion of our previous men's bracket.
Yeah, back to defend the title.
Yeah, versus number 4, Jim Carrey. It's 2 R's in Carrey, Ross. Number 2, Morgan Freeman versus number 3, Tom Hanks. So those are the matchups.
All right, yeah, let's start with that first one there.
Let's do Matt Damon, number 1, Matt Damon versus number 4, Jim Carrey.
All right, and you have to decide who wins. It's a best of 7 series.
I go with Jim Carrey.
And explain why and how many games.
That's a tight one because it's not that.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm thinking about whose movies I like better, and that like Matt Damon's a defending champ here. He's already won, so he's coming back here. I don't know.
I go with Jim Carrey. And it's best of 7. I go with. Maybe Matt Damon. It'd be tight.
Yeah.
I think it'd be tighter than I would like, but I mean, you
That's
have
what
to.
he said. Sorry. Go ahead.
I say 4-3 Jim Carrey. The reason why is because Matt Damon's done great work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like once you kind of see what he does, that's it. Jim Carrey's
that's it. That's all she wrote.
Jim Carrey's a lot more surprising in his performances, I think.
Well,
I mean, I don't think he's like explosive. Like he's not like Daniel Day-Lewis or like Gary Oldman type of versatility, but just in terms of I'm curious what he's going to do.
Okay.
I think I give that to Jim Carrey more than I do Matt Damon. But Matt Damon just kind of he does great work.
So do you think it goes 7? Jim Carrey wins what, 4 to what?
Yeah, I think 4-3. I would say 7. Yeah.
So, I mean, Matt Damon. Now, this is strictly. Now, Ross left it open ended. Just best, strictly a men bracket. So I'm taking in account here like versatility. So, I mean, Matt Damon. He's written. He's directed. He's acted. He's done different genres.
I don't know that he's directed.
I think he has.
I don't know if he's done a feature film. The Affleck's done the directing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And remember, it is an actor's bracket.
Well, this is the actors group. But it's like, I mean, we could pretty much pick them based off of whatever judgment we see fit.
No directing credits for Matt Damon.
All right, thanks for looking that up.
Yeah. If I can help you decide here, Joe, maybe you can be the deciding factor. I'm going Matt Damon 4-3 because Jim Carrey's last 15 years have kind of been bizarre.
Yeah.
And not super productive in terms of output. Whereas Matt Damon's put out some fucking bangers.
Yeah, and also I'd like to see Jim Carrey, he used to perform at the Comedy Store. I'd like to see him there. Come by every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, the peak of Jim Carrey is higher than Matt Damon's peak. But
in what way, though?
Like, he was a bigger star. He was huge. He was 3 movies in a year that would all be blockbusters. From like 93, 94 to maybe
late
2000, 2008.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's kind of really dropped off since then.
I would agree with that to a point. I feel like the 90s were better films than anything that's been made in the last.
90s was a renaissance.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of like that, and I guess that's a solid point. Aaron,
Yeah, and
like I said, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to agree with Aaron. I'm going to go with Matt Damon. Yeah, I think the consistency and the longevity, Matt Damon's been irrelevant for, it's going to be coming up on 30 years.
Yeah.
So.
And Matt Damon's doesn't come to prominence until like 97 with Good Will Hunting.
Right.
But then you got 97 Good Will Hunting, 98 Rounders. And
yeah, I love those.
And
Yeah,
I think 99's Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch, Rounders. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Great
it's great. I think, but in all of Matt Damon's films, I don't see him as a crucial point.
Well, guess what? You lost.
Well, I'm
Eric.
still.
What do you mean you don't see him as a crucial point?
I don't. I think that if we're talking about acting, I think that. All right, can I get gay for really one just brief minute?
Yeah, get gay all you want.
So
we're not judging over here.
Katharine Hepburn hated Meryl Streep, and for years I didn't understand why. And she said watching Meryl Streep was like watching a clock. And she said the reason why is
like
because
she's boring.
It was just like, yeah, you knew she was going to do this. You knew she was going to do that. You knew. And I see Matt Damon as Oscar bait. It's just like, oh, yeah, Matt Damon's going to put out a movie and then it'll get Oscar. It'll do. Whereas, like, you have, like, Jim Carrey that does Eternal Sunshine, which is like, wow, I didn't see that. You see Truman Show.
Yeah, I know he's done
like, shit,
multiple genres.
Yeah, we've seen. Yeah, but that to me is more surprising. It's kind of like the difference to me between somebody like Nick Nolte versus like Matt Damon. I know they're different actors, but it's just like when Nick Nolte does a movie, I don't know where he's gonna go with it. With Matt Damon, it's kind of like, oh yeah, he's gonna do his Matt Damon thing.
Cape Fear. Are you talking about?
Oh God, yeah, that's again a great movie.
Okay, well, we're not talking about that right now.
Well, all right, well, thank you for baiting me with Cape Fear.
I also think if I'm going to hang with either of these two dudes, Matt Damon is funny. I know that from seeing him in interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And he seems fun, too.
Yeah, he seems fun. And Jim Carrey, like you said, with his performances, he could go anywhere, and so could that hang, and it might be uncomfortable.
Yeah, if I'm going to grab a beer and hanging out at the Naughty Pig, I'm going with Matt Damon all day.
I would agree with that.
We'll watch the Bulls and the Celtics. All right, let's get to the next matchup here. Let's stop harping on this one. All right, we got to get on with the brackets, Eric.
We've got number
Don't cry
2
over your loss.
We've got number 2, Morgan Freeman versus number 3, Tom Hanks.
This is a good one. I want this guy to get his due because I don't think he gets enough of a shout out for how good. I like Morgan Freeman. I want him to. I think he's got the fire in him to take this one. He's a wise man. He's a great actor. His character of Red in Shawshank is just phenomenal.
Yep.
I love him in The Dark Knight as Mr. Fox. He's a badass.
That's 7.
Yeah, 7. He was great. He played the president in that one movie.
Deep Impact.
Yeah, I mean, tight matchup.
He's great in The Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. And Morgan Freeman. I think Morgan Freeman, too, would be like a...
Work with Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, I feel like if you... Like, talking about The Hang again, I feel like he'd be more of a real dude.
Perhaps.
I feel like he's more down to earth.
Then Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think
disagree with that.
I don't know. I think Tom Hanks is too Hollywood.
Maybe. He definitely lives in the Palisades and stuff.
I mean, I feel like Morgan Freeman's just more kind of chill, laid back. Doesn't need all the fanfare. Doesn't need to do all the interviews, and you know. What are you leaning here?
It's Tom Hanks all the way.
By how much?
I say it's not a clean sweep, but I give Morgan Freeman maybe, if they're playing 7 games, Morgan Freeman could win 2. And the reason I say
best of 7.
Yeah. And the reason I say that is because Tom Hanks has just been a part of more moments that are cinematically like pretty stellar. I think of Saving Private Ryan, as good as Morgan Freeman is in 7, because I think Morgan Freeman in 7 and Morgan Freeman in the Malcolm X movie he did, I can't remember the actual title of it, but he played Malcolm X.
Oh,
and he was really good, and so is he in Lean on Me too, as Joe Clark. So that's why I'm leaning 2 games. He could possibly win 3. I don't think it's that tight of a matchup though. But when you look at what Tom Hanks has done, especially in terms of Philadelphia, you look at Saving Private Ryan, you look at Captain Phillips. I wasn't a huge fan of when he played the pilot that landed the plane.
Sully.
Oh yeah,
Sully.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see
it. It was okay. It was a little by the book, just in terms of that. But then you have movies like League of Their Own, or even like The Money Pit, and it just, Tom Hanks has so much versatility. And then when you have him in a movie that changes how movies are made with Saving Private Ryan, he wins.
Okay. Well, you know, we're not talking about the best actor necessarily. You know, it's just men
in a category of acting.
Come up with different ways. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of all over here, but I say Morgan Freeman 4-3. You say Tom Hanks 4-2. All right, now it's up to Aaron.
I love Morgan Freeman, but I feel like, and it's not his fault, but like he didn't hit till later in life. We've had Hanks since he was in his 20s.
Oh, okay.
And he had kind of an era there with Bosom Buddies all the way through Bachelor Party, and kind of ends it big. And then he's like, he said it in multiple interviews, I'm not going to play pussies anymore. And then he gets League of Their Own, and Philadelphia, and Forrest Gump. And so he has eras of his career. And we just have more of it that we are more familiar with, because Morgan Freeman's kind of been old our whole lives. And so we don't have like a movie where he was just in a silly comedy as much, or, you know, until he's old. But
yeah,
like,
I don't remember him as young.
You know, unless you watched Electric Company when he was young, or, you know, and the roles he was getting back when he was young, like, are like pimps and stuff. And that's not representative of the kind of work he's capable of. But that's all we got, unfortunately. So I take Hanks for that reason, 4-2.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. All right, now we have the athletes group.
Yes, the athletes group. First matchup is number 1, Bo Jackson, versus number 4, Michael Phelps.
Are you familiar with both of these guys? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is that close.
I don't think so either.
What are you leaning towards?
It's Bo all the way.
Bo Jackson could take this whole fucking tournament.
Right.
I think of the fucking, when he did the throw, and he told.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, like from the wall, and then he could have been one of the best running backs ever if he stayed healthy as well. I mean, Bo Jackson in that Tecmo Bowl video game was like it was insane. Yeah, Michael Phelps, yeah, cool, gold medals.
He's built to swim.
Yeah, that's cool. But, I mean, we're talking about Bo Jackson who could... To go pro in 2 professional sports is just sickening.
Yeah.
It's like, save some for the rest of us, man.
And to have the kind of, like, attitude. Like, I like...
Yeah, he was not arrogant. He was just like... You know, he was phenomenal and just cool. And he was on that cool White Sox team back in the early 90s. And
Fuck yeah.
Southside Hitmen, they used to call him. But... Yeah, I mean, Michael Phelps, I'm going to give him a game just because he won all those gold medals. But, you know, I'm not really into swimming.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson, I'd love to go out, get a steak dinner with.
Yeah, no matter how much Michael Phelps dominated that sport and set gold medal records, it's still swimming. And it's just like...
Yeah, I'm going gentleman sweep 4-1.
I bet you put Bo in a pool. Oh, man.
Yeah. Are we going... are you thinking sweep, or are you giving Phelps something?
I was going to give him one for the gold medals, but no, Bo Jackson would be like, all right, give me 2 years.
You could sweep him.
And I think Bo would be like, I could outswim him, watch. And I like that kind of gusto. I love that shit.
All right, sweep him.
Yep.
Brooms are out.
Sorry, Michael, but...
Aaron?
Yeah, it's Bo Jackson. I think 4-2. I give 2 games to Phelps just for... I mean, it's legendary.
He was very dominant.
But, yeah, every time he got out of the pool and celebrated, I was like, you're still not cool. You're weird looking. With your little shorts on, I don't know.
I like that part. That's the only reason I give him one, maybe. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup. Number 2, Kobe Bryant versus number 3, Barry Sanders.
This is a heck of a matchup here. This one's a little tougher for me, I think.
To me, this is titles versus talent. I feel like it's kind of the same as Bo versus Phelps. Kobe's got the titles, but Barry, I mean, he's an all-timer, and he could have been even better if he just kept playing.
I think that's the best way to put it, because I remember watching. It's just like, how can you catch Barry Sanders?
It was sick. The way he could cut.
You would have. I feel like that's a guy that, like, have you ever played against somebody that went pro?
Yes.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, you can understand why they made. Yeah, I grew up playing baseball with a guy that went pro, and he was head and shoulders better than everybody, and it's like, yeah, I could see that.
We had a
why don't you do something else? Stop playing baseball every minute of your life. Get a life.
There was a running back.
No, but if you're that good,
yeah. And I remember I had him wrapped up, and he was fucking gone.
Yeah.
And it was just like, Jesus. But you've got to go with those titles, I think, because it's one thing to be really good at a sport, but people are the titles. And when you look at talent, it's great, but yeah, I gotta go with Kobe.
Oh, okay. What kind of series you thinking?
It'd be 4-3. Just because I respect Barry that much, but when you look at titles, holy shit, that guy was a monster.
Okay. Now, Aaron,
how many titles does Bo Jackson have? I mean,
fair enough, but
Bo Jackson didn't win any championship. But
when you look at talent too, I mean, if I'm looking at those different, you backed me into a fucking corner, Aaron.
Well, they're both team sports.
Well,
so
Aaron,
tough.
you were leaning the other way, so maybe I'll have to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, I'm going Barry Sanders. I just think, like, I'm not going to sit down on a random day and put on Kobe highlights, but I'm gonna. And I know Kobe was great. Rape allegations aside. Barry Sanders,
Wait, say that again?
I said rape allegations aside.
All right, now we're getting.
That happened by you in Colorado.
Yeah, you were there.
It was dismissed. I don't know. We don't know what happened, but either way,
he was not acquitted. That's often what people think, but she dropped the charges.
Yeah, so she dropped. Wasn't it a settlement?
No, I don't know if that happened after, but her name kept getting released by the press and hounded and stuff, so she dropped the charges. We're not here to litigate that.
Yeah.
I just think,
We're sorry
like I said, on a random day, I'm going to put on Barry Sanders highlights and blow my own fucking mind every time. And it's not the same with Kobe, but it's a different sport. You know, it's like, it's hard to do that with basketball the way that Barry did it with football. It's impossible.
4-3.
Sure, I'll give Kobe for 3 games. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, also R.I.P. Kobe. Let's not forget he has passed away.
Sure.
In that tragic helicopter crash that actually happened on my birthday. I'll never forget. It was January 26, 2020. So just over 4 years ago. So that's a weird thing to share a birthday with. I always defended Kobe in the debate of like best players ever. Like I always put Kobe above LeBron. I always have Jordan 1 and Kobe 2. Because I think Kobe just had that killer instinct like Jordan, and just like watching just the eyeball test, just watching him play and the way he was, and you know, just the competitor. Did play for the Lakers, which is annoying. Also, Barry Sanders played for the Lions, which is a division rival of my team, the Bears. I don't know. There's a lot of factors here.
There is. I don't think that, like, if you look at Barry Sanders, that's just pure talent.
The thing with Barry is, like, he just stopped playing, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, Kobe played for damn near 20 years, if not more. I mean, it was a long career. You know, and then tragically dying in a helicopter crash. I mean,
I look at the IQ of it too, like in terms of knowing the sports.
Kobe, right?
Yeah, because if you watched Kobe pick apart a defense too, I don't see Barry Sanders doing that.
Yeah.
I see that just as pure talent. Which, back to that Michael Phelps thing too, you're swimming in a straight line as fast as you can.
And also I like the thing of, like, you know, because like if we did Barry against Bo, then it's like they were both running back. I mean, I like the matchup better of Kobe taking on Bo. All right, yeah, I'm gonna say Kobe 4-3.
Okay.
In a posthumous victory, like Heath Ledger winning the Dark Knight supporting actor role. But it is close. And
okay, then we got Group B, public figures. First matchup, number 1, Teddy Roosevelt versus number 4, Mr. Rogers.
Okay, we're going to do these 4 matchups, and then we got to go because I got to get to work. So let's try to do this in like 10 minutes. So don't ramble on and on, Eric. So Teddy Roosevelt against Mr. Rogers. We're talking Fred Rogers here.
Yeah, Fred Rogers.
I don't know enough about Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, he's on Mount Rushmore. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Created the National Park Service, or the department.
I go with Teddy just because he's a president. But then again, you look at Mr. Okay, yeah, Teddy. No rambling.
No, you could say why.
I don't know why. He's a president. To me, he made an impact in ways that I'm not ready to discuss because I don't know enough about it. The only thing I know about Mr. Rogers is he was fantastic in raising money for, I think was it PBS?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that little moment he had where he melted that senator, was it? Mm-hmm. That was giving the money, and he just completely melted this man.
What, melted?
Who was a bully to everybody else trying to raise money.
I've never heard that kind of terminology.
Well,
He melted him.
Yeah, he was
Like
very,
took him down.
No, he was like, well, I think that's just wonderful. The way that he read the lyrics to a song for this senator, and
I got you.
it's just like this guy was such a bastard to everybody else trying to raise money that once he read him those lyrics, everybody was like, they were kind of like, oh God, what's this guy going to think about that? And he was like, oh, well, I just love that.
Well, for me, Mr. Rogers, I think it's more like I grew up watching him, and yeah, as far as I know, he doesn't have any scandals. You know, I know Kobe had that. Yeah, I'm trying to go with somebody now with a scandal, but you know, I'm trying to stay away from that. But
It's hard to be a president and not have a scandal.
yeah, also, yeah, Teddy, I don't know, Mr. Rogers, you know, such a nice guy. I mean, I know Teddy Roosevelt's the on Mount Rushmore and all that. I like Mr. Rogers in the upset 4-3. What did you say Roosevelt won? 4
I'd say 4-3.
Okay. Let's see what Aaron says.
Oof, this is tough. I do love it, Teddy Roosevelt. He has some baggage with. There was an issue where a bunch of black soldiers were. There were. A riot broke out of some kind at a fort in Texas, and the black soldiers all got punished, and not any of the white soldiers, and that was on Teddy's watch. That's kind of a bummer.
Damn.
Can I change mine?
But he did also fucking take a bullet right before a speech, and he gave a 90-minute speech, and then went to the hospital. That's pretty badass. But yeah, that speech Fred Rogers gives, the documentary about him is amazing.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to do this. Fred Rogers had a much more soothing voice than Teddy Roosevelt. I don't think there's not a lot of, I mean, there's probably is a lot more audio than you think of Teddy Roosevelt because he's in the 20th century, but kind of a pain in the ass to listen to, I think. So I'm gonna go Mr. Rogers 4-3 in an upset.
I like that. Hell yeah.
If it's not too late, I think Aaron talked me into it too. You're very persuasive, Aaron.
It's okay. I mean,
I'm just coming up with it on the spot. I don't know.
I like it though. Yeah.
fine. Yeah, Mr. Rogers, 4-3. All right, cool. Good upset.
I like the upset though. I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Then we can do miscellaneous real fast. I mean, this.
Oh wait, we got the other matchup.
This is. Oh wait, other matchup. Sorry, you're right. Number 2, Abraham Lincoln, versus number 3, Steve Jobs. I feel like this is pretty cut and dry.
I like Abe Lincoln here.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs did a great thing, but I mean, Abe Lincoln did a great thing as well, and I think, not to get controversial or whatever, but I think any president that gets assassinated was doing something right.
Potentially, yeah.
You know.
There have been more assassinations than you think, so I don't really know. I don't know all the circumstances, but.
But yeah, I mean, just you know, just a legend of the presidency. All the things he got done, and my state that I'm from is named after him. The land of Lincoln is Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
The Lincoln Monument in Washington, D.C. is pretty amazing. But yeah, I mean, Jobs created Apple here, right?
Yeah.
You know, I've got it here. So I'm gonna give Jobs a few games. I'll say Abe Lincoln 4-2.
Abe Lincoln with the sweep.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have an Android phone.
I think Abe 4-2. Jobs, you know, helped foster the Apple and the market and everything,
Yeah.
but also kind of a dickhead privately and maybe even to his own child. And could still be alive today if he wasn't such a dickhead and just used medicine to cure his cancer and not fruit or whatever the fuck he tried to eat.
Oh, he didn't do like chemo or anything?
He had like very early stage treatable pancreatic cancer, which you never get. Like once you find out you have it, you're done.
Yeah, that's pancreatic's one of the worst.
Yeah, my dad had it. It's not good. So, when you have a chance to beat it, and he did, and then he just chose to do a fruit diet instead. Yeah, I'm not putting you past Lincoln then.
But you give him 2?
Yeah, I'll give him 2 just because, I do love an Apple product.
Yeah.
I think Abraham Lincoln was funny too. Just what
were you there?
No, in Team of Rivals in the book, just all of the letters that he wrote, he actually had a really good sense of humor.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, he was tall and,
He's also the only president in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. He was 300-0 in college.
He was?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's do these 2 miscellaneous matchups, and then we'll get it when then we got to roll.
These are just silly. These, they just have men in the title.
Yeah.
Men in the word. So we have number 1, Raw Men, versus number 4, Grumpy Old Men, the movie from 1993.
This is a sweep and upset sweep.
Oh, wow.
Ramen it's trash.
I don't love ramen, so yeah, I can kind of get with you on that.
Like, you eat it if you're like poor in college, but Grumpy Old Men's hilarious. That's a funny ass movie. I haven't seen it in forever, but it's a classic movie like that with those Walter Matthau and those guys.
I watched it in December. It holds up too.
Yeah, who's the other guy? Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon is
yeah.
And then Burgess Meredith, who plays Jack's dad.
Yeah, 4-0. Grumpy Old Men. What about you?
Yeah, sweep. Wow. You know what? I got to give ramen 1 because it did help through college.
Okay, yeah, and then I guess I should factor in there are good ramen places now, especially in LA.
Yeah. Although you can burn your fucking face off in one of those places.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, so I'm staying with the sweep.
I'll give it 1.
I do want to give it 1 because it's so salty though. Aaron, what are you saying?
I'm going. I don't even know if I've seen Grumpy Old Men all the way through. I'm going 4-0.
With Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah. And then
Aaron, can we be friends?
Yeah, 4-0.
Sure. The number 2, we got number 2, Regimen, versus number 3, Mailman.
This is a fun matchup. Growing up, I remember in our neighborhood, Mr. Johnson. He was a cool mailman. I don't remember anybody else's names. We got Newman and Seinfeld. That fucking prick.
Cliff.
Cliff Clavin. Oh.
Yeah.
He was fucking annoying son of a bitch.
Now, regimen too. It's it's good to have a regimen and be disciplined and all that. Oh, this is a tough matchup. Anybody else a mailman? The Postman, wasn't that a movie?
Yeah.
Was Dane Cook a mailman in that movie?
It was Kevin Costner.
Oh,
I
Kevin.
would say that was Kevin Costner.
But he was in that, right?
No, Kevin Costner and Dan Cook were later in a movie together.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
It's like Mr. something.
Oh, yeah, Mr. something. Mr. Brooks?
Yeah.
They were in a movie together?
Yeah.
No shit. Huh.
Yeah. They might have been in 2 movies together.
Regimen.
Wow.
Ashton Kutcher might have been.
Regimen, mailman.
I go mailman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the thing?
What did you say? 4-1 with. I'll give Regimen 1.
A regimen's good to have,
Yeah, but I don't like it. I like the mystery of not having a regimen.
Okay.
More opportunity for surprise. And Cliff Clavin.
I'm gonna say regimen 4-3.
Wow.
Leave it up to Aaron.
I'm going mailman, even though mine's kind of he skips my house a lot.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? What's up with that?
But I think
he's not showing a good regimen there.
Yeah, I think delivery people in general are heroes these days. The mailman, we got Karl Malone, the mailman.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That guy has a weird past. That's a real weird guy, but
good recognition though of another mailman.
That's really good. Good pull.
Yeah, I'm going 4-2.
All right, I like it. Yeah, and Ross, if you hopefully you're listening to this and can update the bracket for us, we'll tackle the next round next time. All right, that is it. Eric, thanks a lot. It was great to have you here.
Thank you, Joe.
I really hope you had fun.
Oh, wait,
I do.
This is great.
Damn it. Yeah, this is great for this week is Marvin. Not the Martian, Marvin, the restaurant that I had my birthday dinner at. Fantastic atmosphere, great food, great pasta, great salads, great burgers, great everything. Great beers. They have this Italian blonde ale that I love there. Great restaurant, great staff, all that stuff. And Eric, actually, this is the beer that I had showed you and told you about. Mm-hmm. So everyone out there, really quick, it's called Mastri Birrai Umbria. It is a Italian blonde ale, and it's freaking delicious. So yeah, this is great. And everyone, thank you out there. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Keep writing in those emails, joecodepodcast@gmail.com. Join the Patreon if you can for $2 a month. And then also I'm on Cameo if you wanted me to do a little video for you. Yeah, I got a nice bump in some YouTube subscribers lately. Let's keep doing that, guys. Thanks so much. Eric, thanks again. It was a great time. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs.
Yeah, buddy. I thank you for asking me to do this.
Yeah, glad to have you on.
Thank you for accepting my friend request on Facebook.
All right, this is Eric Rocha, everybody. You can find him on Instagram, right?
Yep, Eric Rocha Comedy.
Yeah, and he's hilarious, and you'll see him at the Comedy Store and doing the Door Guy shows with me. All right, that's it. That's this episode of Joe Code. Thanks a lot, everyone. This is Joe Marisi.